Hello guys, welcome back. So Loki took me shopping. You know about that if you're a patron. He really took me shopping. La Santa gets a little tiny credit too, but the one who has been pushing me, I think, to shop most of all is Loki. I have a set of cyber-acoustic speakers that are 19 years old. 4 years ago, they started to act up. I knew to replace them, and the guy who saw them that was here replacing the crappy laptop I have, um, he said, no, 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 those are really good speakers. I guess they don't teach them what good speakers are at Best Buy or Geek Squad, because I love them. I adore them, but they're cyber acoustic budget speakers. They were like $60 for a 5.1 set, so yeah. Yeah, they're budget speakers. We're not talking about $1,000 and special grains of wood that affect the sound. We're talking about plastic. And I'm sad they're going, but I've noticed they've been making these ominous popping sounds every time I power up my computer, and when I power down the computer too, they're making a raw sound. So I'm like, yeah, those speakers are ready to go. And unfortunately, they don't make a series anymore. And I'm not going to just throw more money into the set running out and trying to find is it a wire or whatever. They don't even make it series. So I went ahead and I got a new set of speakers, and Loki's happy. And we got stuff about from Patreon. And last night, this mouse has been acting up, and this mouse is only like 2, 3 years old, maybe. Yeah, no, 4. I don't know, damn it. But this mouse isn't that old, but it's been acting up. It is a gaming mouse, but it shouldn't be acting up that fast. The left mouse button was becoming unresponsive, and I thought, well, is it a computer or is it the mouse? Computer or mouse? I finally thought, well, I will order a replacement because we're not going to play this game of not having a mouse. And what else the hell was going bad? My gamepad, which is I think like 20 years old. It finally broke. It lasted. It lasted. I buy a lot of Logitech stuff. I'm not trying to you know, give them any free eartime because they don't pay me, but that lasted forever. But this mouse, I'm not replaced with this mouse. I'm impressed with the mouse, so we switched companies. But he is definitely the god of replacing stuff when it needs to replace, and he knew I'd never liked the mouse. It came with the computer. I really liked my old mouse. Now, I kept my old mouse, and I have it, but is this just me? When you get new equipment, the old equipment becomes backup equipment, and then when something goes wrong with the new equipment, if you can afford to, we really can't, but we have to. You go out and you buy new equipment, and you keep the backup equipment a little while longer. Do you do that? Because if you used it, you wouldn't have backup equipment. It's genius. And I noticed it was, I'm pretty damn sure it was the mouse, but now that I have the replacement on the way, we have a MSI interceptor, which I hate because I hate how it feels in my hand. I've been using it for years, and I got a Griffin to replace it. So we're hoping all these replacements that we're doing are gonna work fine. I replaced the Logitech with an even cheaper, more even budgetier gamepad. I just need the goddamn thing to work once in a while is all I need to do. Yes, baby! Cat's in the other room. They go off when the traffic goes by. And Loki just kind of shook his head and he says, this is a good thing. This is like getting the old man away from me, and the others have been doing healing on me. A god can become, and I don't want to scare you guys because this doesn't happen with the vast majority of gods are very careful. Odin's the one you have to be careful with. A god can become over enthusiastic. Remember what Asmodeus told me about you humans taste pretty good. They're not vampires. They're not always feeding on our energy. If anything, they should be feeding and taking care of us, like helping us get energy from the universe, sending us healing energy. But some gods are the reverse. Odin is known to be a bit of an energy suck, and he's like, that's a good name for it. And he is known to kind of wear down his people pretty fast. He goes from being sweet and kind and nurturing himself to being an energy suck, and it's like a switch flips, and he's stubborn as fucking hell. You're not going to get him to switch back. and he won't care. And the thing was, the moment they, well, not the moment, they'd had kicked him out already, and it's like he vaguely tries to get in, but it's almost like an after image at this point, is the best way I can describe it. Um, as they got him out, my body didn't instantly heal, but I started to feel better. And they said, well, yeah, if he's always sucking your energy and he's always, and I don't want to scare you or badmouth the old man, but he can do this. I've noticed he's done it a couple times with me. Your physical health will start to go down and you'll start to feel blah. Now, I'm always going to have allergies. I'm always going to have arthritis or something. But, it could also be, even if it wasn't an energy suck thing, even if you don't believe in that, it could just be a stress thing because Odin was really stressing me. And on Patreon, you know how nasty he got. And that pissed off Coyote. Some people get prickly if you call Coyote a god, okay? But Coyote is a creator god, a trickster, a healer, lover, whatever he is in the stories. A warrior, a defender of humans, because he's the one that's like the fan of humans usually. Is there a couple tribes that will say, or nations that will say, oh no, he's bad? But vast majority are like, no, he's the hero, he's the savior of humanity, he's the one that brought us, like, say, fire from the sun, or some people say raven or whatever, it's all good. But Coyote loves humans. And Coyote is the one that will chase out, poachers. And whose country is this? Who was here first, God damn it? Coyote was here first. Coyote was here first. And we were just working together last night, and it kind of finally clicked. I said, "You're the gods of this country." And he's like, just kind of looking at me like, "You people from Europe are stupid." But, he didn't say anything, and he was gracious about it. And, Coyote and Will and Raven and everything, they're all the kind of gods, if you will, from here. I know a lot of people get upset and they say only, like, say creator or whatever name you want to give, first one or whatever, is the god, but a lot of people will say god too. And Coyote stuff came up for me yesterday, and I was watching this thing, and it was a real shame this guy couldn't get behind Coyote being the legitimate god because he wasn't his god. And he just said people created this god. His god is real. His god is real. But people created Coyote. I guess kind of the backwards way the creation story went, but good for you. And Coyote is very much too about change and getting rid of all the dead stuff and bringing all the new stuff in. But the interesting thing is that jackals? Jackals are actually what happened when coyotes went on a wander and they got over into other lands and they came back. You know, some came back here. No, it's the wolves that came back. I'm sorry. Coyotes wandered, okay, all over the place. Coyotes and jackals are maybe 4% genetic difference. They're distinct enough to be different animals, but jackals are basically coyotes that went on a wander. And the gray wolves we have here started here, kind of boogied on over to Europe, messed around in Europe for centuries, thousands of years, came back, and they're not saying what they did over in Europe, but the funny thing is, I know from all the wolf documentaries I've watched, European researchers like to get the American gray wolves. Basically, same kind of animal, but the ones in America are more emotionally stable, which it doesn't say much for European wolves. I'm like, what are your wolves doing? Having freakouts? This explains all the stories, I guess, from the old world, where, all the old world stories, these animals are terrifying. Over here, they're pretty chill as fuck, and they'll run away when they see you. So, it's kind of interesting, all the research we've been doing too. I know we're all over the place today, but I'm feeling pretty good until, my bills come in. But we needed stuff replaced. And as soon as Loki got Odin out of the house, we ordered that replacement mouse. Now the goddamn mouse is working fine, but we're gonna have a rainbow mouse. And we ordered the replacement speakers, the replacement stuff I told you about on Patreon, and the hell else? A replacement gamepad. So yeah, I have a backup keyboard if that goes. And it's just sometimes I don't replace stuff, so then when I have to go out and buy it all at once. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I already know the Cyber Acoustics I ordered a more basic set. Instead of a 5.1 satellite system, I'm getting, what I told you about. And I know to tape those goddamn things to my desk, which I won't mind because it's my desk. Because those goddamn things they're wonderful speakers, but they've got this great speaker and they put these cheap ass little feet on them and they just like tip over. You look at them and they go honk. So, I'm gonna be doing that. I will keep the speaker set though in case, well, I can't really there isn't 5.1 capacity with this system, never mind. So I'm just sad. I'm sad. I'm gonna miss my speaker. It's this main one that keeps making that sound when it's powered down at night and when it's powered up in the morning. And I went through enough speaker systems with my parents as a child and on my own to know when speakers are going. My favorite pair was the Westinghouse, but oh dear, those were probably decades ago. Oh, I'm getting old. But Loki is definitely the god of, hey, you got all this stuff that, you got 19 years out of those damn speakers, stop crying, but they're my babies. And I got probably 20, 25 years out of that controller. I'm not kidding. It's got to be at least the age of the speakers, if not older. So I got decades out of this stuff. But it's still like my babies. They're going. Well, yeah, they're like this. They're like my teenage children. They're going. And I'm gonna be sad to see them go. And I'm gonna be sad. Well, I'm not gonna be sad to see the mouse go. It's been a pain in the ass, and it's actually it's hard for me to palm. I think the Griffin's gonna be a little bit bigger. It's not the size of this, it's just the weird ass shape. I hated it from the moment I saw it. This thing. Hold it better, dum dum. This thing, I do not like the shape of this thing. It actually hurts my hand to use it. It activates my arthritis. I would be so happy to see the back end of this thing. So I think maybe Loki temporarily juiced the left mouse button because the way this is made, I can't open this goddamn thing to try to clean it any better to try to take care of that left mouse button. I blew into it. That's like all I can do. It was nerfed and now it's working. Now that I've ordered its replacement, it's working, but I will be so damn happy to get it off my desk. It will go into the drawer of replacement mice, emergency, gotta have it, something mice. But, that will be like a on its last legs replacement mouse behind the other mouse that I have. And there's a replacement keyboard in there too. You guys know about this. I do have a replacement speaker system floating around somewhere, but it's like it is with the laptop downstairs because I made an office downstairs. I'm spitting on myself. I'm sorry, but yeah. So all we did today, I think, was talk about tech. But look, he gets excited. He's the god of electronics. He's the god of fucking up your electronics if you make him mad. So the hell was that? Sounded like something came out of the speaker. So yeah, we can't replace these too soon. But I guess it's a lesson in letting stuff go, and it was a lesson in letting Odin go because the moment Odin left, I realized, I don't want to spend the money. I'm one of those people that when I buy something, expect it to work from the day I bought it to the day I die. But, unfortunately, that's not how stuff works. I looked up how long should speakers last, and I got 46 years back, and I'm like, bullshit. And, most people are like, no, they last only like say, 5 to 6 years, a lot of sets. So I'm sure they last longer than that. I'm sure averages is somewhere between 5 years and 46. So I'm thinking 19 years was pretty damn good. But he was pointing out with Odin around, I just kept holding on to this stuff and holding on to this stuff. And we've known the speakers had to go for a while. We knew the mouse had to go for a while. Knew the keyboard seems to be fine, but I've been having issues with my equipment, and I honestly think it's this damn mouse. I'm hoping it's not the set. I'm hoping I don't replace all this stuff and still have problems. So keep your fingers crossed for me. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I don't even know. Did I say anything sensible? I have like 3 sips of coffee this morning is what I did. But I will see you guys later. Bye bye.